Well, good evening and welcome to this unusual show. Would you say it's going to be unusual?
We're unusually far from each other.
Get a bit close.
Should we text each other? Do you want to phone the interview with me?
It's one and only Russell Peters. Welcome. And for those one or two, a handful of you who don't know who he is, he's been traveling around India to shows that are houseful and bloody expensive tickets as well.
I don't price them. I just show up. It's not like I get called and go, Russell, what do you want to price these tickets at? I just show up. And
but a houseful, you can't get a seat in any of them. Bangalore, Bombay, Calcutta, and Delhi as well. Well, no seats available.
There's a lot of money in this country, you know. We always focus on the poor. There's a lot of rich people in this country.
And again, for those who don't know about him, what's that phrase? Somebody gonna get a hood real bad. So tell us, what's it been like making fun of Indian audiences in front of Indians?
You have to be very delicate with it here.
All right, I can't believe...
You see, the objective is not so much to make fun of people, but to bring your attention to things that you may have otherwise ignored. And then people go, hey, you made fun of us. I go, actually, you laughed.
Right.
So it's kind of your fault.
Right. But tell me, it's often thought that Indians can't laugh at themselves. But do you find that different?
Well, no, there is a large group of Indians that can't laugh at themselves, but
like
that's why they're politicians, right? So, and so, you know, the rest of the people, the real people, which I like to call them, you guys, would be the real people, and then you got these phonies that have no sense of humor about anything, and then you have these other people who think they're these nationalists who are doing great things for the country, but in fact they're harming it in their own certain way, you know.
Right.
So I think it's the people who actually can step aside and laugh at themselves. Those are the people that ends up going further because you're able to see two sides of a coin.
Like which particular bits have gone down well with the audiences here so far?
Well, all the classics. I keep getting requests when I'm on stage, but I'm trying to
Any requests?
I'm not doing them. I'm just saying I won't be doing them. But
right.
They're too long. They're just long stories and But you know, I'm trying to do the new material, and then I'm trying to write material whilst I'm here, and then I'm trying to do some old stuff. But it's hard to do old stuff because the whole thing with comedy is the element of surprise. And I've been watching these Indian Laughter Challenge and all this stuff. And who is that guy that just laughs at anything? But he doesn't just, it's almost like they're zapping him every time, right? Because he's just like, ha-ha. He's like, ha! It's like he grabs his ass and laughs, ha!
Okay. And what do you say about politicians here?
A little stiff. But I'll be honest with you, I'm scared of the politicians here. Because politicians here aren't like politicians in North America, where it's like, you say something about them, and they're like, I don't know. Over here, they'll like take you out. You know what I mean? What'd you say about me? Poof. You know? Russell Peters' bus exploded today. And the politicians were like, I don't know how that happened. I have nothing bad to say. You politicians are doing a great job.
And what about Bollywood stars and Bollywood movies?
Bollywood movies, man, you know, if you like them, Godspeed, you know? Good for you for having no expectations from a movie. But then I heard one excuse for liking Bollywood movies. My cousin, this morning, I was having breakfast with her, and she said that her daughter-in-law likes Bollywood movies because she can just put it on and tune out, and there's no thought involved. And I'm like, well, then why don't you just go to sleep? Like, why are you wasting 5 hours on this film? You know what I mean? I don't like them. To me, it's about looks over talent. If you look great, you can be in a Bollywood movie. You don't have to be able to act.
So you do have a few favorites in Bollywood, right?
Well, no, I think, you know, what they're doing is great. Without Bollywood, who would I make fun of? You know what I mean? But it really is. To me, Bollywood's based on looks over talent. The acting is always overdone. It's never like, you know, it's never subtle. There's nothing subtle. It's always like, somebody just stole your goat. You know, it's never like, oh man, my goat. You know what I mean? That's why I like Tamil movies. You know, it's not about looks in those movies. It's.
That is so... That is so bad. But, okay, Bollywood is one, but what about your parents? When your father hears your skits about him?
Well, he doesn't hear them anymore. He passed away, but when he did hear them, he would always go, "I don't talk like that." You know, I never said that. Why do you? And then, but like he would say that, but at the same time he'd be proud. You know what I mean? That's my son. He makes fun of me. You know me? I'm like, no, they've never seen you, Dad. They've only heard the caricature of you through me. You know.
But did he really say that to you?
No, you know what? Somebody's gonna get hurt. I'll tell you where that came from. In Canada. I used to DJ, and they used to have these daytime dances in the early 90s because Indian parents were really strict, and they wouldn't allow their kids to go out at night, so they would have these daytime dances, and I would DJ them. So there was always fights at these dances. And there was never like fights. It was like these Indian fights where, you know, it was like, you know. And I used to box, so to me, whenever there's a fight, I always watch because I'm like, ooh, I wonder. And then I'm always like, and then I'm like, could somebody just like stand straight, throw a punch, slip something, you know, just. But it's never that clean when you watch it. Anyway, this fight broke out at one of the dances, and in Canada, there's a lot of new Indians and young kids like you, but more from like the Pind. You know what I mean? Like these are like real village kids, and now they're in the big city. And this fight breaks out, and this other kid jumps in. I run towards the fight because I see the fight, and then this other kid jumps in and goes, "Hey, nobody fight today, okay? Or somebody gonna get hurt real bad."